Hello, hi. Since March 23rd, all of us are on a lockdown because of COVID 19 or Corona. At this point, I'm just trying to look at how many people died in India, not due to COVID 19 or Corona, but during the lockdown period. So, on March 23rd, our Prime Minister announced that there is going to be a lockdown, which he emphasized as one of the biggest lockdowns in the world. What we see after that was massive humanitarian crisis across the country, where we see migrant workers dying all across, walking from distant states like cities like from Bombay to Bihar to Chhattisgarh, from Delhi to distant land. We saw people walking, migrants walking without water, without food, on food. We have had a big humanitarian crisis in India, unlike anywhere else in the world. Let's look at some of the realities and some of the statistics that is coming out after around 3 months in India. Now, of course, India is one of the most populated country along with China, where we have around 1.33 billion people, where China also has around 1.40 billion people. Now, on a normal basis, on a regular basis, around 2,000, 25,000 people die every day on a normal case in on an average in India and China. Now, uh, why did there was a huge humanitarian crisis in India, unlike anywhere else, unlike many other similarly most populated countries in the world, is a question that we have been asking for a while now. I'm trying to answer that question basically. Now, before we kind of getting into that, we should also get a sense of what is this migrant workers category that we have been talking about. Everybody is talking about migrant workers stranded, migrant workers dying, migrant workers not having food, so on. Now, who are these migrant workers and who constitute these migrant workers in our country is also quite important to understand. Now, if you look at the last census, which kind of shows that we have around 139 million internal migrants who kind of work from various states in not only in cities like Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, Pune, but also elsewhere in states like in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, so on. Now, migration research organizations as well as the Economic Survey of 2017 had estimated the magnitude of the interstate migration that was around 9 million annually between 2011 and 2016. Now, the census, of course, the last census, which kind of showed us that we have an estimate of around 139 million internal migrants in the country who kind of run this country, who work various sectors, who literally run the cities of our country, whichever major city that we kind of take. Now, Uttar Pradesh and Bihar are the biggest sources of internal migrants, followed by Madhya Pradesh, Punjab, Rajasthan, Uttarakhand, Jammu and Kashmir, West Bengal. Major destination states in this are also, of course, Delhi, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, to even states like Kerala. Now, the kind of stories that have been coming up immediately after the lockdown, according to various estimates by research organizations and human rights organizations, human rights groups, is that we have had more than 800 people died across India in the lockdown. Now, what is coming out in this death? These are death that includes starvation, death without food, without water, because of financial distress, exhaustion when people walking thousands of kilometers from the place where they work to their home states, and accidents during the long walk that they take from their workplace to their home states, and also lack of medical care. There are suicides in this because of migrants worried about their job, as well as huge fear that if they get infected with COVID-19, the coronavirus. There are also deaths due to brutal police brutality in various states where migrants were beaten up, and due to that injury, they later died. There are also a number of cases out of which people did not get alcohol, and due to alcohol withdrawal symptoms, many of them also took their life during this lockdown. Now, uh, we have also seen some of the terrible scenes of our times where 16 migrant workers, uh, who were from a group of 20 people in the in the state of Maharashtra in Aurangabad. They were sleeping on railway tracks and were killed by a train actually. Now, this was one of the devastating visuals and photograph which came from the state of Maharashtra in Aurangabad, which was quite disheartening. And what you must have seen few days back is also a baby playing with the short covering the dead mother in a station in Bihar. And you must have also seen this particular notice that the Indian Railway came up where they say that 80 people died in the Shramik trains. Shramik trains were something that was established for migrants to reach their home states. But however, what we have to understand that hundreds of these trains run with the dead bodies of a lot of migrant workers where they did not get water, they did not get food, or they could also be infected with COVID. But around 80 dead bodies, the Indian Railways number of trains ran with many of these bodies, and when they reached in the destination stations, the bodies were recovered according to railways official statements. Now, uh, what could have been done in this, or why there was a huge crisis like this? There were China also a country that has huge number of population similarly as India, or there are many other countries that has huge population in their countries. But why a humanitarian crisis did not take place in those countries and why only in India is a crucial as well as a significant question that we all have to ask ourselves as well as our political leaders have to ask, or we should force them to answer for some of these questions, we as a state or we as a nation and we also as a society. So, the dramatic decision to lock down the country on the 23rd of March, Prime Minister, of course, immediately proclaimed that the entire country is going to go for a lockdown without considering the mobility of people. Now, this include, of course, migrant workers and others as well. Now, as a society, we also have no dignity towards labor, and our concept of labor or concept of work are still rooted in the caste as well as feudal hierarchies that dominates our society. At the same time, we have also seen how basic food and shelter were not provided in most of the states across the country. Now, in that, we also have some examples where state of Kerala that somehow were trying to figure out where are the migrants located, and they were also using their local government and administrative mechanisms to find out and also give basic food as well as shelter to the migrants in the states in the state of Kerala. However, what we see in the rest of the states or rest of the country is the devastating picture. At the same time, we have also had a state of Jharkhand that airlifted around 100 migrant workers from different states who are from the state of Jharkhand. Now, we have also seen thousands of NGOs, civil rights group, individuals and celebrities and other people who are of course financially and otherwise able to help migrants coming out and helping migrants to have access to food, some kind of basic health facilities, and also to immediately to be able to kind of help them to reach their own homes. Now, look at the situation that we have in our country where individuals, civil rights groups, NGOs have done more work, more humanitarian work than most of the states who have done for the migrants. Now, at the same time, what we have in terms of understanding the migrants is also about migrants who are coming from these various states or are also belong to scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, other backward caste groups, Muslims, women, and basically poor people from across categories. Now, of course, there is nobody to talk about or nobody to negotiate for this footloose migrants who actually runs this country on an everyday basis. So because of that, we have had this humanitarian crisis of hundreds of people, where around 800, of course, when we I mean, the 800 is a huge number for a society like us to die, not because of the virus, not because of COVID, but due to negligence of our administrations, due to mismanagement of our decisions, and also the way in which the society that we are in, and the way in which how a state that we are in.